Hi, welcome to the Organization Root Administrator Vendor Contract Resource Assignments video session. Staffing organizations assign vendor resources to vendor contracts from vendor's resource pool as per the contract. Only after assigning a vendor resource to a contract, a staffing organization root administrator can deploy the vendor resource to a client project or deploy through a placement agent or deploy in an internal project of the staffing organization. Click on Vendors submenu under the Vendor Management menu item. In the Vendors user interface, click on the Contracts link for a vendor to get to the user interface for vendor contracts. Click on Contract Resources link for a vendor contract to get to the user interface for vendor contract resource assignment. Let's take a look at the user interface. The top portion shows the details of the vendor contract, including the contract start date and contract end date. The bottom portion shows the vendor resources assigned to this vendor contract. As you see, some vendor resources are assigned to this vendor contract earlier. Click on the Add button to get to the user interface for assigning a vendor resource. Let's take a look at the user interface. The Vendor Resource list box shows the vendor resources available in the vendor's pool, along with the resource's designation and percent bandwidth available. If any vendor resource has available percent bandwidth less than 100%, that implies the vendor resources has already been deployed to some other projects by the Staffing Organization Root Administrator. The Staffing Organization Root Administrator selects a vendor resource as per the contractual agreement. The Staffing Organization Root Administrator has to fill in resource rate, resource OT rate, and rate unit as per the contractual agreement. Notice that upon filling in all the mandatory fields, the Submit button gets enabled. Click on the Submit button to save the vendor resource assignment to the contract. Click on the Edit button to get to the user interface for updating resource rate for a vendor resource assignment. The Staffing Organization Root Administrator can edit resource OT rate and rate unit for a vendor resource as per the contractual agreement. Click on the Submit button to apply changes made, if any. Remove link is used for removing a vendor resource from the vendor contract, but it is a restrictive operation. WFMA checks if the vendor resource from this contract is already deployed to any projects by the Staffing Organization Root Administrator and the project is active. If found referred, WFMA does not allow removing the record. Thank you. See you in the next video.